Drivers, to your cars.
Cody, I'm not showing you my wiener schnitzel. That costs extra. Still waking up here. Just woke up from a 5-hour sleep. So, but I put off this race for 2 days, so we had to do it. There's Bobby Jones. Trying to run a sick lap time here. Bobby Jones had a really good run at Kansas a couple of weeks ago. Now try to see if he can come here to Germany to perform at the level expected of him, especially with his teammate now being the points leader. Gotta feel like the pressure may be a little bit on to get a good couple points finishes here. Shady Eves and Blake Warren going at it here in practice. Eves all over the back of this 99. Eves is another driver who's trying to score some points, something he hasn't really done much this year of. Ran top 20 for most of that Kansas race, but unfortunately just couldn't crack the top 10 at the end. Ooh, Bobby. Hoo-hoo. Right underneath the 47. Underneath the 9 of Blake Warren. And Bobby goes right around. He's now trying to pick off Miles Mashburn. And he does it. Bobby, okay, buddy, it's just practice. It's just practice. Here's our points leader, Dejan Weeks. Currently the fastest in practice at the moment. So he tried getting underneath the 70 of Noah Hart, but unfortunately wasn't able to stick the move. For those of you just joining us, it is currently 3:38 a.m. in the morning, baby. Let's go. Both at this track and in here. And you can see the track is very much, that is definitely nighttime right there. The night sky is out here at the Nürburgring. Well, the night sky is out if you don't look up. So don't do that. Weeks trying to find a way past the 70, but Hart's doing a really good job defending against him at the moment. Weeks with a run down the back straightaway here with the draft. Will he consider a move up the inside? He does. Gives Noah a little bit of a kiss. And he should go through here. Hard fights back on the inside. But Weeks takes the point. Bobby Jones now top of the board, so Monster Energy Racing got their boys top 2 at the moment. Oh, Srigley and Cloud get together under practice here. Well, that seemed to be unnecessary. So let's see what happens here. Cloud is battling on Jack. And then top tier Cameron. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is nice. So Cloud swings wide and then kind of comes down across the 86. I'm not exactly sure that was really the 86's fault too much. Zane Davidson, the 91 here. Looks like he's about to make a pass attempt on the 22 of Gatlin Downey. And by pass attempt, I mean shove him really hard into the corner. Fair enough. That Kansas race was something. Zane Davidson looked like he may have had a chance to retake the points lead. But Dejan's and their 30 team turned out they made the right call with a 2-tire pit call, and they passed the 91 in the final corner on the last lap to protect the points lead. So Zane's going to have to now make his attempt to reclaim that points lead. Currently sitting 8th on the practice board while Weeks sits 2nd. Speaking of Kansas, got Sean Perkins in the 57 for Great Lakes Motorsports. A massive upset at Kansas, and one I don't think anyone really saw coming, especially in the circumstances that required for that to have happened. Nice battle here. Weeks with a good run through the corner there. Powers ahead. This 30 car looks really good. Going side by side with Caps into the corner here. And he goes right past Caps without much of a fight. Could also be maybe a slight difference in tire, but still. Bobby Jones going by Charles Sanford, who I think basically just let him go. Got a Mercedes, a Mitsubishi, and a Honda going at it here. Will Goss hoping to hope the car doesn't break 10 laps in like with what happened originally. Vince Freeze goes all the way up the inside in the 86 car. Your Road Atlanta winner looking for his 2nd road course win of the year this weekend. Let's see, where is Freeze sitting here on the board? Currently, I can't read. Where is he? 4th. I'm blind. It was right there. So Free's looking pretty strong in the practice so far. Still a Monster Energy Racing 1-2 here in practice. Jack and Goss now going at it here. And Free's looking to pick both of these two off here. Ooh, Jack with a dive up the inside. Goss counters on the bottom. Takes the short way around, but that's going to give the 4 a run off the corner. Nice move by Jack. Whoo, that corner is nuts. That corner is hell in a handbasket, man. Oh my gosh. Goss gets past. That was a nice move by the 4, though. Frees up the inside. Goss looks like he's struggling just a little bit here in practice. Gonna have to try and make some adjustments here. And Dylan Schwalmberg now in a Patronus sandwich here. It's Mercedes' home race. That was definitely planned at the start of the year. This was definitely on the schedule when the year started. If you think otherwise, then you're wrong. Sir Fox here, I think, slightly fresher tires, so I don't think this is an indicator of true pace. Pretty good speed so far for Bobo Jones in the 44. Had a quite interesting Kansas weekend. Yeah, had a bit of a problem and then managed to hold out on fuel and finish 11th. They almost scored a point despite falling almost a lap down. Well, despite falling a lap down early in the race. So it was a really good recovery for the 44. It was a little bit of some luck as well, but at the same time, you know, when it comes to this point system, you know, you luck, you gotta make your own luck sometimes. So far, 3 cars have cracked the 146s with Jones, Weeks, and Marchese. Then you have 4th through 26th in the 147 bracket. Then you have 27th through 41st in the 148 bracket. And then you've got the 14 of Sean Harple dead last in the 149 bracket. So definitely a pretty close, even field for the most part. Demax 7th on the speed charts, battling the 88 of Hannah Allen. There's Jones pitting. I think he ran a full length here. Yep, around 10 laps, so... Jones definitely got a full tire run as DeMax swings it all the way to the bottom. That was aggressive. And last second. Whatever works, I suppose. So this is the Nürburgring track that's typically used for open wheel racing. It's around 3 miles long. Which is about 1/5 of the length of the Nordschleife layout. Which, by the way, that was what DeMax... That's what he was doing this weekend, making some laps on the Nordschleife on a different car. He was having some fun. Definitely is a man who enjoys his endurance racing, and hoping for a successful weekend here at the Nürburgring, as we got 10 minutes left in practice before we head to qualifying. Couple guys on pit road here. A lot of guys making some adjustments, it looks like. Patrick Smith trying to hold off the A6 of Joseph Strigley. Oh boy. Harpole, Acosta, and Perkins here together, as Acosta had to almost slam the brakes to not slam the back of the 14. Good lord. Okay. There's Perkins now in the mix. And he dives way up the inside. Acosta probably should have took that opening. Play 6 behind Harpole, gives him a shot in the corner. I'm not sure what Acosta's doing. Dives way up the inside of the 14. Harpole, who I think has way... Yeah, he's coming to pit road anyways, so... Good morning, Zayden0001. That's funny, you share a name with Zayden Davidson. That's really cool. I know, it's probably just a coincidence, right? Couple guys coming off at pit road here. As Dylan Schwamberg takes the top spot here in practice. So he has now cracked the top spot here. Past couple races, you feel like this 10 team kind of left some points on the table, especially Kansas. So they're hoping to try and start making up for some lost yardage in the championship here. And it looks like they got some really good speed this weekend, so I'd say it should be something that could be accomplished. Sam England on fresher tires against Blake Warren in the 99. Even through the corner. England does a good job just driving through around him and goes right past the 99 easily. Demax, you're trying to set up a pass here on the 99 as well. And that second to last corner is going to be very interesting because you can lose a lot of time in that corner. We've seen it a couple times where a couple guys have taken advantage of it or have lost a lot of time using it while driving through it. It's just so tight. And with these cars, it makes it very difficult. It's a very difficult corner to get through. Charlie Smith battling with Shade Eves here. Crosswest Racing, it's number 31, currently has the final charter spot for next year. So they're hoping to keep it that way. Road course racing has not exactly been Charlie Smith's strong suit, so this should be interesting to see how they perform this weekend here. Definitely going to feel like maybe a race on attrition for a couple of these guys. The ones that are so, you know, entrenched in the charter battle. Here's Matt Rod up the inside of 15 of Eves. Nice move by Matt, dives way up the inside. Eves just lets him go. Probably didn't see much reason to fight him. Matt Rod currently sitting 12th on the timesheets. So definitely some good pace from the Rodriguez cars this weekend. They should be a factor in this. Matt goes way up the inside of 31, makes some slight contact with Smith. Ooh, man. Matt hung on his quarter panel for that whole corner, but he clears them and makes the pass. So far, no incidents in practice outside of Logan Cloud. He got him and the A6's Wrigley got together. And he ended up going around. Minimal contact with the wall, though, so good piece of driving by Mr. Cloud. As, oh boy, Weeks just hammered Collins into the corner. Oh my gosh. Well, Weeks was faster, but sheesh. 2 minutes to go here in practice before we head to qualifying, which we wish we could broadcast to you, but unfortunately don't have the rights for it. Casey, Janjak, and Shepard. There's Lars Van Schaik trying to hold off the A2 of Sam England. This is definitely a weekend the Fitzwater Racing team is going to really want to try and come away with a solid finish here. This is exactly their wheelhouse, road courses, but They didn't really shine too hard at Road 1. And currently the 59 sits 22nd on the timesheets, which is pretty relatively high compared to what they usually run. But unless things get really spicy, this is definitely not going to be a race where you can rely solely on the attrition to score points. This is going to be, you're going to need to be fast out the gates, and you're going to need to hit a good pit strategy. You got to optimize your weekend here. That corner is interesting because you can run both the bottom and the top, but you can use that bottom to dive bomb a corner and do like a slide job. But the exit on the outside is so much quicker as well. So it should make for some very interesting racing, I think. Update to the timesheets. Harple has cracked the 148, so he's no longer the only driver in the 149 bracket, so still got some work to do though. Both him and Sorfox 36th or worse. Not a good look if you're driving for Mercedes. That should be the end of practice here. So far, the top 23 are all separated by a second. Some small movement there in the bottom 30s as Surfox moves up to 33rd, so did find a couple extra tenths of pace, it looks like. But we're about to go to qualifying here, and should be interesting to see how this goes. Team velocity 20th and 29th on the board. You've got some work to do here. Qualifying, and it's going to be 6 minutes, so
Drivers, to your cars.
yeah, what he said, drivers to your cars. For those wondering, I'm slightly going off character here. For those wondering about the Harley's National Series race for this weekend, the race has been recorded, it has been edited, but it has not been uploaded. So if you're looking for H&S this weekend, I think it should be able to come out tomorrow night or Sunday. So just a heads up on that. I did manage to fit it into this week. Now we wait. Road courses are typically only one lap of qualifying, so we're only going to get one measly lap at this, so I wouldn't really expect any surprises. 30 truck pileup. Nice. Too real. Ugh. Took me like 4 attempts to do that Chicagoland race. So around 2-minute lap times, so I would expect the times to come out here within the next 30 seconds. So strap in and be really excited for this timesheet that's about to pop up. Well, probably. Wait. Well, it should be in the next minute, actually. I did the math wrong. Because it's going to be around 2 minutes for the out lap, and then like an extra 110 seconds for the actual lap. I did the math wrong. Just chilling. Going to be very important in qualifying here because with road courses, track position is everything. So qualifying outside the top 10 is going to make your day very, very difficult. But who is going to get pole position? Can be at any second now. There it is. The board. Zane Davidson. Top of the board with a 145.7. They found some speed in qualifying. And it looks like Dylan Strawberg's going to start second alongside him with Marchese and Lamas there as well. Weeks in 7th. And that's everybody. Whoa, Vince Freeze with a 151, the winner from Road Atlanta, encountering some trouble in qualifying. So Freeze gonna be starting at the back of the field in one of the fastest cars of the weekend, perhaps. He's gonna be starting in a hole. Him and Bobo Jones both must have made some massive mistakes in qualifying. They must have gone off track or something. Because that is not a pretty lap. Those are not pretty lap times. Oh boy. Nothing too crazy in terms of the charter battle. It looks like most of the guys and most of the open cars qualified 18th or worse. The 22 car qualified 22nd. That's funny. That's funny. Turner cars qualify 13th and 14th. Both the Red Bulls qualify inside the top 10. Both the Monster Energy cars qualify inside the top 10. We are about to go racing here at the Nürburgring. I guess I should put a message in Discord saying we are going green.
Drivers, to your cars.
All right. Let's get this show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 12 of the 2023 FBRL Sony Cup Series season. We are here at the Nürburgring, a track that was definitely on the schedule before the season started. Don't ask. We'll be here for 30 laps of some road course racing. Going to be around 2 pit stops needed. We'll be expecting teams to pit between laps 10 and 12. Perhaps 13 if you really want to stretch the fuel. The former points leader, Zane Davidson, is your pole sitter with a 1:45.749. A significant gain from his time in practice. In fact, most guys seem to have picked up pace in qualifying. Dylan Schwalmberg in second place, looking to rebound from a difficult past 2 weeks, hoping to make up some points. Anthony Marchese, Cody Lamas there in row number 2. DJ Kurz, Eric DeMax making up row number 3. Then you have Weeks, England, row number 4. And then row number 10, Joseph Strigley and Bobby Jones. Big story of the weekend is going to be Vince Freeze and Bobo Jones, 2 guys who both showed some really good speed in practice. Unfortunately, made mistakes in qualifying, and they're going to have to climb their way up through the field, and it is going to be a very difficult task. But without further ado, let's get this underway.
Drivers, start your engines!
And we're rolling. So this turn 1 is going to be very interesting because it is a very sharp right-hand corner. It is basically like, it is a pivot. It is not easy. So you're going to see some guys scrambling, I think, through turn number 1. But here we go. Green flag in the air here at the Nürburgring. For the first time ever here in the Sony Cup Series, as Cody Lamas from the outside row goes on the outside looking for 3 wide for the lead. And Schwalmberg and Lamas get together in turn number 1. Schwalmberg and the 48 around in the opening corner. Oh, man. Big trouble there. Is the 10 moving still? No, Schwalmberg is off track. Him and Lamas started together, and they went all up into the wall. Lamas continues on, but we'll have to look at that again once the start plays out. But a massive shocker in turn number 1. Holy cow, was not expecting that at all. Lamas from that angle, he scented 3, and I'm not sure if the 10 blocked or Lamas may have accidentally spun him. We'll have to look at that once this first lap is complete. But Zane Davidson is your leader. And he's probably happy he qualified. He was on the inside and not the outside for that corner. Like, Jesus. Here's DJ Kurz in the 19. He qualified 5th. He is now looking for second place from Marchese. Gained 2 positions by basically doing nothing. And Marchese now goes a little bit wide to the right, trying to make that run work. Here's Shelley up the inside of Rodriguez, now trying to find a way past Bobby Jones. But first lap is complete. But Schwalmberg finds himself in a pit lane after being towed. So let's take a look and see what happened here in the opening corner. Three wide. Lamas made it 3 wide. And ooh, Zayden squeezed the 10. Holy cow. Okay. That's gonna need a couple of looks. So let's take a look here. Okay, so Lamas sends it 3 wide up the outside. Schwalmberg was actually powering ahead, up ahead in the corner. And it looks like the 10, he comes across the 48, but Zane does as well. And I think they were trying to arc the turn 1 corner because of the angle, and that squeezed the 10 into the 48. And look at Schwalmberg goes way off into the barrier. Pow! In hard into the barrier. Lamas also looks like he hit it as well. But he managed to at least keep the car rolling there. But that is a shocker among shockers here. Let's try and get an onboard. Let's follow Marchese here. Well, from that angle, from Marchese's roof, it looked like Zane the 10 actually got together and then entering turn 1, and then Lamas was there, and that's a big yikes right there. That is a tough break for Schwalmberg, though. He really had been trying to make up some points there. And a contact incident, turn 1 from the front row, of all places, for an opening lap wreck to happen on the front row. That is quite a shocker. But back here up at the lead, Davidson continues to lead in this 91 car. Marchese just sitting behind in second. DJ Kurz chilling in third. There's Weeks in the 30 car now looking for 5th from DeMax. Onjak and Wrigley going out of here for the 7th place spot. Onjak runs a wider line to the corner, trying to make a pass on the 86. Just checking the frame rate. There's James Silverfox up the inside of the 6 of Caps. This is for 13th. We're here on lap number 4. Silverfox up the inside of the 6. Caps dives in really hard up the inside of Stinson. Holy cow, he just clapped Silverfox and just punted him around in turn 1. Yikes. Jesus Christ, okay. That was sudden. Stinson, that was a jump scare. Good lord, I didn't see that one coming at all. Stinson had a run, I'll give him that, but what on earth was this? Stinson. Gee, okay, yeah, that was a little bit over aggressive on the 96's part. I mean, granted the hole was there, but I am not quite sure that that was very bright. So Stinson into the back of the 34. That's going to cost Silverfox a couple spots here. He falls down to what look like it's going to be around the 21st place, no, 25th place, 4th position, somewhere top 25, somewhere around there. Yeah, that was a really ugly dive bomb. Turn 1 is definitely going to be a very interesting corner, because when you have stuff like that happening, you just never know what you're going to get. Here's Wrigley up the inside of the 4 of Onjak for the spot here. Onjak fights back around the outside there, so he keeps moving. Holding strong in 7th. Shelley in the 71 has climbed inside the top 10. So I think this number 71 target car is could be on the move here. Battle for second, though, is heating up, though. Marchese and Curtis going at it. This is the battle for second here. Curtis would love to make this a Cybertron Motorsports 1-2 right here if he can. Zane is holding a pretty healthy gap to the guys behind him here. Ooh, Marchese takes a shallower line through there. That's an interesting choice. So he chose to not have a strong run off the corner in favor of making sure the 19 didn't make him pass on him. Seems to have worked. It's keeping Marchese behind. It's keeping Curtis behind him. Now for 12th here. Caps behind the 17 of Jesse Turner. Sam England now looking for perhaps a move on the 30 of Dejan Weeks, but unfortunately couldn't get the run off the corner, and oh boy, it gets a little bit squirrely. There's Lomps in the 48. I believe he came to pit road to fix the damage, so he's a little bit off the pace, or at least he's off cycle. There's the A7 of Lane Sanders. He's a bit off the pace, but it looks like you see some right side and rear damage, so something has happened to the 87 of Lane Sanders. Okay, so we missed this. So he's battling with Bradley Bishop Jr. in the 98. And, oh, Sanders, and whoa, into Van Schaik and wiped the 59 out. That was nasty. Good Lord. Lane Sanders making a cup start this afternoon. And that is Bishop Jr., right? It is. Ooh, Bishop and Sanders, and oh, poor Van Schaik in the 59, a victim of turn 1. I don't think he saw that one coming at all. So Sanders now with heavy damage. That explains the right side damage. So he's now in a bit of a tough spot here. That was not what Lane wanted, that's for dang sure. And that's two guys in a charter battle, by the way. So Bishop Jr. and the 87, that's not exactly helping their charter cases there, I have to say. So I can't imagine that's going to be looked upon very well by anyone, to be perfectly honest with you. It's Charlie Smith in the 31, losing some spots here. There's Van Schaik, who probably didn't even think for 2 seconds he was about to get wiped the heck out by an incident like that. As ooh, Jones hits the 59 again, and oh no, now the 59's a victim, the 31's a victim. Oh my gosh. It is, turn 1 is mayhem right now, bro. Look at this. Bumbo Jones makes a late move and just punts the 59 into the 31. And Van Schaik now knows how Lane Sanders feels getting used as a weapon. A lot of guys getting a little bit too bold in turn 1, it looks like. Just a little bit. Back up towards the front here. The top 3 still stays where it's at. But we have had a numerous amount of turn 1 incidents so far to begin the day. And that's not too surprising. You know, that is a very difficult corner. It is a dive, you know, you can do dive bombs in that corner. It's such a hard pivot to the right. And it's such a wide track. You know, you're going to see guys try to throw it in there to make a pass. Jeffrey White sent up a move on Dylan Young, it looks like, at least trying to. As Eves goes way off the course in the 15. Rebounds around the outside, but here comes Gatlin down in the 22. The former Hardy's National Series rivals here going at it for the spot. This is for 20th. Downey, who has his 2 H&S career wins up to this point on road courses. So definitely some expectations for himself to perform here today at the Nürburgring. And he's doing decent. Not trying to fight this Martin Motorsports car. But Eves, man, look at the power on the straightaway that Eves had. That was the 15's got a really good engine. You know, the Martin Motorsports Mitsubishi, that straight line speed is really nice. So they're doing a really good job here. And here comes Shelley up the inside of Srigley. Tries to dive it, but couldn't make it stick. Meanwhile, Marchese, he is starting to run the 91 down a little bit here. The gap was a 0.6. It's down to a 0.5. And the top 3 have kind of pulled away into their own pack of cars. At least for now. Marchese dives way up the inside. He is really pushing this 83 car right now. And he got a good run to the corner. Zane really struggling through this opening section here. And now Kurz now trying to take advantage. DeMax in 4th place right now. A good run for him so far. We should be expecting pit stops here very shortly. And oh, we got trouble. Sean Harples has lost the engine in the 14 car. Well, that's the worst possible race to have an engine blow up in. Harple is done. And we have confirmed that Tanner Schwalmberg has retired from the race. And now Harple with a gearbox failure. We're being told he had a misshift. So Harple out of the race here. Harple had been having a really difficult weekend, by the way. They were the worst team. They were the worst car in practice. They didn't qualify very well, and now a gearbox failure just to really hammer the point. And that's got to be really disappointing for Harple. But you can see Marchese. He is pressuring this 91 at the moment here. And Marchese, you know, he's a mix in this championship fight. And if he can win this race, it would be a massive boost. But he's getting a run here up through turn 1. Got the draft on the 91. Couldn't do something with it, trying to play nice. But Marchese is there, and I think he is faster than Zayden, at least at the moment. And meanwhile, this top 3 keeps pulling away. They've almost got a 4-second gap on DeMax already. Weeks in 5th place right now. As it stands, if the race were to end now, Zane Davidson would be your points leader. He would get his points lead back that he lost. And Sam England is in pit road, so he's the first car to come to pit road. So England's going to undercut here. So a strategy decision for Red Bull. So they're going to see if England can make up time on warm tires. Well, cold tires that will become warmer faster than the rest of the field. So we'll see how this works out for England. Because if we look at the lap times right now, Davidson's running a 140, ran a 147 as his fastest lap with clean air, by the way, and he ran a 149.5. So around 2+ seconds of tire wear here throughout the run. So England is making a bit of a gamble here because he could be in some trouble late in the run. So he's going to have to really get some use out of those tires here. Oh, should be expecting a pit stop here. Here we go. Pit stops. Zane Davidson comes to pit road. And he slides into pit road. May have clipped the wall a little bit. That happens. Don't worry about it. Everyone coming to pit road. Is anyone staying out? No, as Acosta and Farrell almost just ate it. And Acosta is going to stay out an extra lap here. So Acosta is going to stay out and try and get an advantage on tires here. So a couple guys we got staying out here. As here's the race off pit road. Marchese comes out. No, Marchese's struggling. He's in his box. Marchese's having a problem getting out of his stall. He comes out, and oh, he's lost time. Big time loss for Marchese. Jones comes out of his stall. He's also had a little bit of some trouble. So that will put Cybertron Motorsports 1-2 at least effectively, pending no further disasters. So Acosta now comes out. He is your leader for the time being, but has not pitted. Neither has the 07 of Miles Mashburn or the 88 of Hannah Allen. And the 25 Vince Freeze has also not pitted as well. But this could be the battle for the lead here. And definitely not suspicious at all. But Marchese, he had a really bad stop there. And that's going to drop him all the way almost to the outside of the points, it looks like. So that is going to be very frustrating for Marchese. Just seemed like they had an issue coming out of their stall. Granted, from that vantage point, and again, maybe it's my eyes deceiving me, I think the 19 was going to beat the 83 out anyways, but that has put Marchese in a bit of a hole, so he's going to have to try and work his way back up here, and that's not a lot of time to do it, to be honest. Meanwhile, Zayden has a face full of his teammate of DJ Curtis. Acosta and the others have pitted. So this is to take the lead back. Here comes Curtis back down behind. Up the inside, trying to find a place past the 91. DeMax sits there in the 18. He has actually made up some time on these two during that pit sequence, so we'll see if DeMax can make a move here on these two, take advantage. So Sam England, he pitted. He was the first one to pit, and he's down all the way down there, so not sure if that call to pit early was the right one. I mean, you can see his tires are warm, so he's passing people. But at the same time, oh, we got trouble here, I think, for Vince Freeze. Where's the 25? Vince Freeze. Oh, he has some kind of, he has a tire problem. Vince Freeze in the 25 with a tire problem. He just pitted. Oh, you have to wonder, did the pit crew not secure the tire on correctly? Because Freeze is off the pace with a tire problem. And the Modern Motorsports team may have just made a massive mistake. That's going to cost Freeze. Freeze had driven his way into the top 30. And now he's in trouble. So let's take a look at the Pit stops here. What stands out here? Lars and Scheich had a 19-second stop. Couple some variances in oh, okay. So England, we're being told, may have had a problem, and that's why he pitted early. So Sam, this happened on lap 9. So England had a tire problem. He pulled over to the right. And okay. Wow, we missed that one. My bad. So England had a tire problem, right? I think he was exiting the final corner, and this is why he lost so much time. So he was 6th across the start-finish line, but lost it because of a tire problem. Did he perhaps overcook the tire maybe a little bit? So that's gotta be frustrating. And DeMax, he's up to 2nd. He has gone past the 19 of Curtis here. So DeMax is now on the move. Let's see him pass here. He must have made a big pass here for 2nd. Against the 19. Oh, yeah. Curtis went wide. DeMax took advantage. And he's all of a sudden finding himself in this mix as he goes past the 19. So a good bit of work by DeMax to make the pass. You can see Curtis, he tries to fight back on the inside. But DeMax in the 18, they must have made some really good adjustments on pit road because he climbed up to 2nd. Really well. So he was 4 seconds behind these guys that started the pit sequence here. And he's made up the entire gap here, but he's got DJ Curtis in his face. Curtis is not going to let him go just yet. As Onjak and Shelley now battle for the 6th place position. Trying to clear that number 71 if he can. And I think he will, but Shelley fights back on the inside. Can he clear? Ooh, I think I saw some slight contact, but Onjak clears. There goes Stinson up the inside of the 83. So Stinson has now made a pass on Marchese, as Marchese ran into a bit of an issue with the car. He was battling Zane for the lead, but he has now dropped off pace. You see Marchese now trying to get past Stinson. He also might have made a mistake, but at the same time, Marchese really struggling right here. And here comes Onjak trying to get the spot from Srigley, but gets him back as, oh, Shelley and Rodriguez made some contact off the exit of the corner. This is a big battle here. This is to get inside the top 5. Between these guys, Rodriguez goes past. Shelley's dropping places here. He's going to fall to 10th in 1 lap as he slides up the exit of the corner. Oh, DeMax. DeMax is off the pace of the 18. Has something happened to DeMax? He's lost the engine. DeMax has had an engine problem. Oh, DeMax, he was about to catch the 91 of Zane Davidson, I think, but he's ran into some problems. Oh, that's got to be so frustrating. So many mistakes and so many mechanical problems in these first 15 laps. And DeMax has now ran into an engine problem, and that's got to be so frustrating for DeMax. He was really quick. And again, the car in between the two Cybertron Motorsports cars has encountered trouble. First Marchese on pit road, and now DeMax. Shelley and Marchese now battling here. Marchese's, He's having a tough day. He's got to be so fresh right now. Here's Sean Perkins, the winner from Kansas, by the way. He's climbed his way up to 11th here, looking for another points day here as Marchese and Shelley go at it. Perkins looking for a run on Marchese up the inside. Marchese has gone almost from the lead to 10th place, so the 83 has lost pace here ever since that mistake on pit road. I wonder if something may have happened as well to have caused the 83 to kind of drop the pace. So Perkins slips into the points because the 18 has come to pit road. We're still waiting for word on what the exact problem is if he retires from the race. But Davidson, talk about some fortune. Two of his challengers have ended up with a problem, and he's got his teammate now behind him. As we're just past halfway here, Dejan Weeks up to 3rd. Now, you can think about it this way. Zane probably is thinking, okay, I'm holding this lead. The guys behind me keep messing up, but there's a problem with this happening. Zane is probably thinking, okay, I'm happy. This is helping my lead, but what's not helping is the fact that Dejan Weeks is gaining points every time someone is having a problem. So, bit of a trade-off for the 91 team at the moment, as Weeks now finds himself on the podium for the first time today. Definitely a catch-22 situation for this 91 team as Rodriguez now gets a good run on the 86 of Joseph Strigley here. Strigley on the outside. Rodriguez makes the pass. He goes through to go into 4th. And he actually passed Anjak as well, so that 9's fast. Marchese and Stinson continue to battle here. Stinson now kind of has a new job. Make up points because DeMax has lost a lot of them. Out for a lead here, though. Curtis is keeping with this 91. You know, he's just keeping his cool. They're 7 seconds over the road on Weeks, so they can actually afford to battle a little bit if they choose to. But considering the track they're at, I'm not exactly sure that would be the wisest decision. Let's check further back here. Charlie Smith and Patrick Smith battling here for 33rd. Here's Yepes and Van Schaik, who has been a pinball today. He's had 2 turn 1 incidents, and neither were his fault. And despite that, he runs 31st still. So, you know what? Hey, could be worse. But at the same time, you gotta wonder where they would be if they didn't get spun out twice. So, something interesting to think of here. Acosta. Remember, he was the last person. He stayed on extra laps, so he's got fresh tires in most of the field. So I'm curious to see the time difference here. 148.5 to 148.0. So, well, let's assume that he had a clean track. 149.0 to White's 147.88. So staying out is actually not exactly working out too well for Acosta. And England was the first car to pit, so granted, this also could be a difference in speed as well. So keep that in mind because the 82 was quick. And, oh boy. Well, we've seen how hectic turn 1 can be. So what's going to happen here with Jones and Perkins as Shelley misses the corner in the 71. They're 3 wide. Perkins and Jones trying to take him up the inside. That's what she said. Here comes the 47. 57, we're 3 wide for 9th. And this is to fall out of the points here. They're still 3 wide. This is a battle here. Look at this. It's on. It's a 3 wide battle here at the Nürburgring. Can't believe I'm actually saying that unironically. Look at Shelly just power down the straightaway. That Turner engine is kicking it right now, and he's going to defend the position from a Jones and Perkins for now. This is the big battle on track right now. Perkins now, he gets a run on the 47. Will he take it up the inside? Tries to sling it through there. Trying to snake his way through to the bottom lane. Jones, though, he holds on. Perkins takes a peek, but can't make the pass. And Jones now takes a dive up the inside, trying to get to 71, but you can see the difference in time lost. That's what's interesting about that corner. You can take the high line and get a great run off the corner, or take a dive bomb. That was an awesome battle there between those three. Shelly just held on as best he could. I'm curious though, because I think this might be, unless I'm seeing things, I thought I saw rear damage on the 71. Granted, I don't see any other damage as well. Trying to find another Ford. Just trying to make sure I'm not going crazy. I mean, I am crazy, but like, you know what I mean. It looked like from an angle Shelly had rear damage, but maybe it's just my mind playing with me. But right now, this top two is something. And we're coming up on the final stop here. So, oh, problems. Charles Sanford's ran into an issue. Charles Sanford's off the pace in the 8 car. Sanford in the 8, he is off the pace. And he's got a fuel pickup problem, we're being told. So Sanford's going to have to come to pit road. So Shade Bignacco Racing encountering a mechanical failure of their own. And they're going to have to fix that one, and that could take some time. Ooh, we're actually being told that Sanford didn't just have a fuel problem, he may have had a tire problem. Okay, so Sanford came to pit road. Oh, he had a problem a few laps ago. You can see he's on the apron here, so he had a tire problem on the 8 car, and he had to go around an extra lap. Good Lord. So Sanford blew a tire. He comes back around to pit lane. He pitted. He pitted the previous lap here. And look at this. He comes off pit road and has a fuel problem. So Sanford just had a tire failure and a problem with the fuel, with his fuel system, all in the course of about a lap. Jesus Christ. That's insane. Shea Bignacco Racing, they're probably going to be, they're going to want to take a long, hard look at that 8 car, because that is insane that it just broke that hard. It didn't even make it to the end. I mean, not only did it not make it to the end of the race, but to have a tire problem and then have a fuel system issue on top of it. Like, what the heck happened in the shop this week? Well, anyways, this top 2 has pulled out to a 9-second lead over Dejan Weeks. Definitely not sussy at all. There's DeMax. He has continued on. So whatever his problem he had, it was not terminal, but he is now a full minute and 148, a full basically lap behind, and he is off cycle, so he's going to have to pit again. But here we go. Final stop of the day. The 2 Cybertron Motorsports cars come to pit road. Ooh, Zayden overshoots the corner a little bit there. That pit road entrance is a pain in the butt. Weeks comes in, does a little bit cleaner. Good job. So this will be the last stop here, and they've got a 9-second gap to play with here. So wait a minute. Zane's taking left sides. Curtis is taking rights. Okay, okay, this is interesting. DJ, he didn't even take lefts. The 19 does not take left side tires. Wait a minute, what is he doing? DJ Curtis in the 19. He's taken 2 tires. And that's overtaken Zane Davidson, but... What? Are they insane? I mean, maybe it'll work, but... I don't think he's the only one. A couple guys look like they're taking 2. Jones took 2. Eves took 2. Perkins took 2. Zane's kind of the crazy one here. He's the one that took 4 tires. Wrigley takes 4 tires. Shelley took 4. So did Rodriguez. So we got a mix of strategies here playing out as a couple of guys are taking 2 tires instead of 4 with 10 laps to go. There's Acosta. Remember, he stays out an extra lap here. But this is an interesting call for the 19 team, which I'm surprised because they were keeping up with the 91. I mean, at the same time, this is a gap, but this is a risk. I mean, the reality is DJ Curtis in this 19 team, we've seen time and time again, they have found ways to win in some very interesting ways by strategy, especially on road courses, but this is asking a lot. But we'll see if this will work for the 19, but I am really concerned by this choice. And you can see Turner, I think he took 2 tires as well. He is struggling right now in that 17 car, unless he just hasn't pit. Okay, he just hasn't pit. Okay, I take it back. So Turner stayed out an extra lap. We can't confirm that. Whoa, Sanders is off. Sanders is off. What the heck happened here? Oh, Sanders with a problem in turn 1. Again. Wait a minute. Oh, Sanders. He self-spun. Sanders self-spun in turn 1 in the 87 car. Well, on the bright side, at least he didn't hit anyone. But Sanders in the 87, he has self-spun in turn 1, right in front of the leader, by the way. So, yikes. You know, in some places, I would have brought out a caution. So take a look at the times here. So anything that's a 12-second or anything that's around under 13 seconds, that's a 2-tire stop. Everyone else who runs higher, that's a 4-tire stop. So I'm surprised. There is a lot of guys taking a bit of a risk here with these tires. So the differences in speed will be very interesting here. That's a good time for a lax plate. Yikes. So Curtis leads. He has taken lead for the first time today. But now with tires that are older than the 91. He's got 2 fresh tires. So the gap is at 1.289 seconds. So the question is going to be, how exactly was play out? There's DeMax. He's coming off pit road. He's off cycle, so he's now a lap down. There's Zay now trying to get past the A7 of Sanders. He has spun out, so his tires are going to be a little bit older. Well, they're going to be a little bit worn out, so I think he should get out of the way. He does. So right now, here's it stands. Cybertron Motorsports is 1-2, holds. Dejan Weeks in 3rd place, just holding strong. Matthew Rodriguez has climbed his way up to 4th place. Cody Lamas in the 48. Remember, he had a lap 1 incident with Dylan Schwalmberg. He's now up to 5th. However, remember, he is off cycle, we believe, because he pitted after the incident with the 10. So does the 48 have enough fuel to make it the rest of the way? That's going to be a question here. But meanwhile, ooh, battle for the lead. The tires are kicking in for Zane Davidson, I think. Here comes the 91 on the 19. The 91 has run the 19 down. And this is about to get really interesting here as we're coming up on 7 laps to go. Davidson's going to have an interesting situation here. He should have a run into turn number 1. DJ Curtis has won this season, but Zane Davidson has not. Zane Davidson has not won since his first career win at Michigan 2 seasons ago. And if he wants his second win, he's going to have to get past DJ. Davidson can afford to take his time. The 30 of Dejan Weeks is 8 seconds down the road. So I think Zane understands there's no rush here. Just take your time. He has a massive inch over this 19. There's no reason to do something ridiculous. And you can see a difference there with how hard Zane can just enter the corner. What DJ's actually doing well is his exits are actually really good. And that's what's keeping the 91 at bay, at least for the time being. So DJ playing very conservative here on entry to have speed for the exit to keep the 91 behind. But those tires are going to kick in, and the longer this run goes, the more this will swing in Zane's favor. And here comes the 91. He's going to set up the dive bomb up the inside, and he will pass the 19 with ease. That's the problem with the tire situation he was in. And Zayden takes the lead back from the 19. And he should be home free. But he's got to will this car towards the end. We have seen mechanical failures. We've seen wrecks in turn 1. It's not over till it's over. Oh, Sean Perkins with right side damage in the 57. Something may have happened. By the way, we think Lamas has pitted, right? He has pitted, so he was off cycle. So something has happened to Perkins on the right side of the car. So it happened on lap 23. So what happens here? It's going to be something with Peter Onjak, isn't it? Something happens to Perkins. Perkins is up to 8th at this point. So what gave him that massive right side damage? Did Onjak make contact with them? Ooh, Onjak, he got a little bit of a nudge. Okay. But where does this get ugly? Because that was very hard right side damage, by the way. As Onjak... Oh, it was this, wasn't it? Ooh, Onjak. Ooh, hard hit for Perkins. And unfortunately for Perkins, that only knocked him down to 9th. But that right side damage is killer. As Stinson, ooh, he was off track there. So let's take a look at the differences in times here. Zane Davidson with a 147.3. Curtis a second slower with a 148. Dejan Weeks is the fastest driver right now with a 147.0. Matt Rod with a 147.4. There's Vince Freeze in the 25. We've actually been told he may have had maybe a problem. Marchese with 149s. I think he took 2 tires. Onjak with a 147.6. Shelley with a 148. I think a couple of these guys were the ones that took 2 tires. So I think everyone who took 4 tires is up towards the front, actually, which is surprising. Ooh, what happened to Freeze now? The Freeze have another problem. Oh, Vince Freeze, this is what happened. He actually got towed, I think. He had a massive issue with the tire, and he had to get pulled off track. So Freeze, his day went from bad to worse. Good Lord. When it rains and pours, and it's only a specific amount of drivers. So Freeze in massive trouble there with another issue, and that knocks him 2 laps down. Charles Sanford, despite his mechanical failures, he has now only just lost a lap, and he is off the pace in this 8 car. At least, it looks like it. Weeks has cut the gap to 7.9 seconds with 5 to go, but it's going to be a lot more than that if he's going to want to catch even DG, I think. This race has had some interesting twists and turns here. Ooh, a battle for a point spot here as White and Sirigley here. Let's watch this real quick. So Jeffrey White trying to score a point, something that this 11 team has been struggling with this year. And White hits the corner fine. But that 86, I think he took 4 tires. So I think this is a 4-tire versus 2-tire situation here. Let's take a look at this 86. Goes right the inside. Takes advantage of the 11. White tried to cut him off. Sirigley forced him up the track. White's lucky he didn't get dumped. That was good patience by the 86 and a good effort to at least make that pass relatively cleanly, all things considered. But right now, the 86, he is on the move. And he is passing cars left and right. He, I believe, took 4. So he's got a tire advantage here that he is working with here. There's Marchese. So Davidson with the 4 tires has pulled a 3-second gap on the 19 DJ Curtis with 4 to go. And he's just got to ease it home. DJ is trying to hold on to second here. I think Weeks is running him down. He's 5 seconds behind him here, so this is crucial points for Dejan here. If Dejan can get second, that is a massive help. That actually could preserve his points lead. If he can get to the 19. This could get very interesting. Matt Rod up to 4th again, going through this top 10. There's DeMax, fortunately off the pace. There's Marchese. Marchese at the start of this race, he was taking the fight to Zane Davidson. Unfortunately, Imperial Prom knocked them down the order. They're now 28 seconds behind. And they'll be wondering what could have been today. Still, 5th place is a solid points day. Dane Stinson up to 8th. Sean Perkins in 9th there. Sirigley trying to find a way past the 57 of Perkins. Very vital points here for the 86. So there's Acosta running in 14th, and he was one of the last guys to pit. I'd say the strategy's actually worked out okay, but it's not going to get them into the points. At least I don't think so. Whoa, Sirigley made a wide arc in the corner. That allowed White to get back to him. So 86 struggling here. All of a sudden, he looked really hot for a second. And Shelley has made a pass on the 4 of Onjak here. So let's watch this. Ooh, what happened here? Ooh, they split. DeMax in turn 1. Oh, no! Shelley and DeMax almost wiped out. And, oh, boy. Oh, that's spicy. And Shelley takes advantage, I guess. I'm not sure what advantage he even had, to be honest, but takes the spot away from Peter. So, nice bit of drawing from Shelley. It's going to be 6th place points for him at the moment. Coming to 2 laps to go. But this is kind of the important points battle here. Let's check in for anything else here. Okay, Sanford, he's pitting again to top off. He didn't have enough fuel to make it. Makes sense. But here's a battle here that's important. Dejan Weeks is trying to run down this 19. I believe Weeks has 4 tires. So if Weeks can get to this 19, it would put the championship at a tiebreaker. So right now, DJ Curtis is the key between Zane Davidson having a points lead or not. And Weeks has got to hustle. He is running out of time. And meanwhile, Zane Davidson, 5.6 seconds up the road. I have to wonder how this would have played out had the 19 gone with a more traditional strat. Well, I guess today the 2-tire was the traditional strategy. But you have to wonder what could have happened if they had made the choice to copy the 91. Would it have made much of a difference? Well, it would definitely put the 19 in a better position to finish second at least, because Weeks is now coming. And not just Weeks, Rodriguez has also picked up the pace as well in the 9. He's trying to run these two down as well. Coming to the white flag for Zayden Davidson. At Mercedes' home race in Germany, the Australian, looking for his second career win, has not won since Michigan 2021. In what has been a surprise championship bid for this 91 team, and what could put them back in the title lead, pending how this battle for second plays out. But I think Curtis should be good enough to hold the 30. But we'll see. We have seen Dejan make up some incredible gaps. We saw what happened at Kansas. So it ain't over till it's over. And Cybertron Motorsports looking for 1-2. And what would be a massive day for Mercedes. It's been a very fortunate day for this team as well. Every challenger that these two have had has ended up with problems. I think Curtis will hold this 30 off. I just don't see it happening unless Weeks can find something. Here's Rodriguez now. He goes past Sanders, the lapped car. James Shelley now up to 5th. So, 34 seconds down. This has been a dominating day for Cybertron Motorsports here. And Zane's just got to get through a couple of more corners to retake the points lead. Through the final couple of corners into the final one, he's just got to get to the straightaway and he's good to go. Off of the final corner, Zayden Davidson, he will come across the line and take the checkered flag for the first time in 2 years, and for the second time in his career, Curtis comes across the line. He will hold second, which will gift the 91 the points lead. Rodriguez comes across the line 4th after a solid climb through the top 10. James Shelley in the 71. He had a nice day as well. Qualified outside the top 10. Gonna file his way up to 5th here, as Peter Onjak makes the pass on Marchese for 6th. So Onjak will get a spot from the Red Bull on the final lap here. So Marchese loses points. Sirigley got past. Oh, Perkins came to pit road. Perkins. Oh, he came to pit road for some reason, and it cost him points. Oh, man. Perkins came to pit road for some reason, and that's going to put Jeffrey White back in the points. Stinson comes across for 9th, and White comes across 10th. He does end up with a point at the end of the day. Bobby Jones comes across the line for 11th. Acosta's strategy pulls him to 12th, but no points. Shade Eves, 13th. One of his best finishes of the year, but no points. Dom Capps comes across for 14th. Miles Mashburn with a career best, 15th. Attaboy, nice job to Miles Mashburn. Good finish for him. He beats Turner and Lamas. Well, Lamas had an extra stop, but Lamas comes across 17th after taking an extra stop there. That's actually not a bad piece of work, all things considered. Bobo Jones comes across for 18th. Young, 19th. So Spartan Motorsports with 2 cars in the top 20, but no points. Galen Downey with his best career cup finish, 20th. Noah Hart comes across for 21st. Goss comes across for 22nd. Bradley Bishop Jr. 23rd, although I can't imagine it's going to be a very popular finish for him. Yepes 24th. Van Schaik, after being used as a pinball twice today, comes across for 25th. So a good finish for him. Silverfox at 26th. Remember, he got hit by Stinson early in the race. He comes across 26th. Shepard 76th. Shepard 27th. Wow. Yeah, 76th place for Aiden Shepard. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Farrell 28th. Smith 29th. Hannah Allen comes across for 30th. Collins, tough day for Collins, man. And ooh, we have a report that Samuel England ran into some problems. We're being told. Was this before the white flag or? Oh, England had a problem. He was 23rd at the line. And then, oh, he pitted. Coming to the white to fix the problem. Oh, that's what happened. Okay. So England was 13th, excuse me, before he had a tire problem himself. So another mechanical failure, changing the outlook of this race. It's a tough break for Sam. But that will do it here at... Just being safe about it. You know, I'll rename these later. So that will do it here in Germany, here at the Nürburgring, as Cybertron Motorsports finishes 1-2. For the first time this year, Zane Davidson retakes the points lead. DJ Kurz finishes second place, finishes 7 seconds behind. Tried his best to hold the lead with a two-tire strategy, but just didn't work. Weeks comes across for third. He had a very fortunate day, all things considered. A couple of guys in front of him had mechanical problems, which allowed him to capitalize and finish on the podium. And while he will lose the points lead, he will be just barely behind it. I'm curious, though, because I want to see Perkins. Because I want to say he had a point leading, coming to the line. So, what happened here? Oh, Perkins had heavy damage. Was that roof damage from that hood damage from before? Oh, so Perkins actually had a problem before. Okay, so we missed something here. Okay, I'm blind. Okay, we missed something here. So Perkins, we're not quite done yet. Something happened to Perkins. Perkins was running in 9th, battling with the 86 here for the spot, and oh my goodness, a massive hit for Perkins that sent him up and over. Okay, the caution should have been thrown for that. Good lord. Okay, caution should have come out for that. What the heck? Yeah, caution should have come out for that one. That's the second time that Perkins got junked off the exit of a corner, because that happened early in the race here. Let's try and find that again here. Let's find this again here, because Perkins got tipped once. So this was the first one. So first it was Anjak, and then this time it was Srigley. So, tough break for Perkins. Gets walled twice. And you got to imagine the officials are not going to be too thrilled about the 86, although, well, let's watch an onboard. Here, let's make a nice review here. Does Perkins come across? No, we hooked him. At least from that angle. Although you could argue, that the 86. So Perkins slides up wide. Sirigley comes down low to take advantage here. But you can see Perkins. He's on the line here. No, he's coming up the track here. Okay, so... yeah, so Perkins definitely just got hooked. From an angle, you could argue that maybe Perkins came down, but, you know, you pay attention to the crease in the road. You know, the 57. So Perkins was moving high. So that was definitely not on Perkins. Well, this will be a very interesting post-race discussion. Well, anyways, that will do it for reals this time. Unless, you know what? Let's just double check. Okay, we're good. We're good. We didn't miss anything else. Okay, we're good. All right, thank you all for watching the Sony Cup Series here at Germany for round number 12. And we'll be heading to Valkenburg in the Netherlands, an airport track. For the first time ever, the Sony Cup Series will be heading to the Netherlands. And the first time since Cleveland a couple of years ago, we'll be racing on an airport. So we will see you guys then. And thank you for tuning in tonight. Apologies for any mistakes. I am very much tired. And goodbye.